You need more closeness. They need more space. You pursue, they withdraw. You reach, they retreat. The more you try, the worse it gets. Sound familiar? This is the anxious avoidant trap, and millions of couples are caught in it right now. Today we're explaining why this pairing is so common and so painful. First, let's understand the two attachment styles. Anxious attachment, deep fear of abandonment, constant need for reassurance, feelings intensifying when connection feels threatened. Avoidant attachment, discomfort with closeness, need for independence, emotions suppressing when intimacy increases. They pull away precisely when you need them most. Why do these opposites attract? Because each unconsciously seeks what they're missing. The anxious person is drawn to the avoidant's independence. The avoidant is drawn to the anxious person's emotional depth. Initially, it feels perfect. The avoidant seems stable, grounded, strong. The anxious seems passionate, connected, exciting. Each provides what the other most desires. But once the relationship deepens, the dynamic flips. The anxious person's need for closeness triggers the avoidant's fear of engulfment. The avoidant's distance triggers the anxious person's fear of abandonment. The anxious partner protests, more texts, more calls, more, we need to talk. They're trying to repair the connection. But to the avoidant, this feels like suffocation. The avoidant deactivates. Fewer calls, more time with friends, emotional walls going up. They're trying to self-regulate. But, to the anxious partner, this feels like rejection. Each person's coping strategy makes the other's attachment wound worse. The anxious pursues more, so the avoidant withdraws more. The avoidant withdraws more, so the anxious pursues more. Breakups in these relationships often don't stick. The avoidant leaves and finally feels relief, then misses the connection. The anxious person gets absence, then the avoidant returns. This cycle can repeat for years because both people are getting their needs partially met. It's painful enough to want to leave, but familiar enough to stay. Can this pairing work? Yes, but both people need to become aware of their patterns and actively work against their instincts. For the anxious person, develop self-soothing skills. Learn to tolerate uncertainty without spiraling. Recognize that your pursuit activates their fear. The avoidant person, practice tolerating closeness. Communicate before you pull away. Understand that your distance reads as abandonment. Both partners need to understand. Your reactions aren't about each other. They're about old wounds being triggered. The person in front of you isn't your original threat. The healthiest option? Both partners moving toward secure attachment. This is possible at any age, but requires conscious, sustained effort from both people. You don't have to stay trapped in this dance. With awareness, communication, and sometimes professional help, the cycle can break. Subscribe for more psychology insights.